Okay, 1985. Okay, this story, I'm gonna get the, okay, again, I refuse to call this a story. Who gives a fuck? I'm talking about me playing in bracket high as fuck all the time. Okay, so first of all, right, I'm a tryhard, and like, as much as this was like the most fun thing that I would do consistently throughout the last couple years of playing bracket, it was not always a good thing to my gameplay, even though I like to believe it was. Even though I do still believe it was in a lot of ways, but because of just how I was with smoking all the time, like outside, like whether I played in friendlies or at home, or in bracket, or even just like how that all affected, like, you know, or how weed affected my brain because I was doing it not just playing Smash, you know? So, again, there's a lot that goes into why it helped with certain things of me playing in bracket and why it probably was a detriment at the end of the day. I do think it's still, like, if I did it right, it would have just only helped. But I think I kind of just stopped caring as much about, like, that. And then, like, I would always be like, oh, I'm gonna play better when I'm high, but then I wouldn't really care much to, like, focus on, like, the levels of high I should have been, or, like, when, like, there was appropriate times to get high and listen to certain songs in bracket, etc. Like, there was a lot of better things I could have done that I just didn't really care to fix because I was just too lit usually, and just I was just having too much fun. Um, and that's the thing. It was that, like, this is the example that I give. And again, this is not like a one-time example, but like, dude, I'm at like the gaming zone, right? And I'm fucking geeked out my fucking mind, right? Playing in bracket. And it's like a pretty dark venue in terms of, like, you know, it's fucking nighttime when most of the tournaments are, and the lights aren't really on, and the only lights that are on are like the lights of the screens or the arcade machines or whatever. So it's a very interesting vibe to, like, in terms of lighting. And then you have the fact that, like, you know, I have my earbuds completely in, music always turned all the way up, and like I'm listening to, again, like if I'm playing Peach, I'm probably listening to like fucking Uh-Oh by Kim, or no, if I'm playing Peach, I'm probably listening to like Godzilla or Fast Lane by Eminem, and my mind is moving like at a billion mile, or like, my mind is moving at like a billion miles an hour while I'm like doing this. Or like, you know, I'm just playing and I'm listening to Uh-Oh by Kim Petras, and she's like, everything I drop is a thing here, I won't let the drugs go to waste, and I'm just like, you know, and like, I'm like so overwhelmed because while, like, and it's so overstimulating for my brain, which is why I liked it. It was just that fun for that reason, where like, my brain was so overstimulated, like, mentally, and it was fun as fuck. Because then when it, like, when, you know, when I was working or whatever, like, it felt like it mattered even more. But I wouldn't even, like, when I would win in instances like that, I wouldn't even pop off. I would kind of just, you know, like, so I'd shake a lot. I would, in these scenarios where it was like, you know, like last hit game 5 and I was high and all of this was happening, I would, like, my body and my arms and my legs sometimes would just start like shaking. Sometimes like shaking or just like vibrating on the inside, like almost going numb. That would happen a lot where like my body would not know how to handle the level of mental stimulation I was putting myself through. Um, but again, like the lighting and the music and the high and the fact that I'm like tryharding my balls off simultaneously. And I might tell a bunch of mini stories here too while I'm at it, because like, again, if I'm playing versus like a Mario player, even if like I'm projected to win, they could just be spamming like smash attacks the whole time, but I'm fucking Bayo, right? And my reaction time is shit because I'm high. So I'm like fucking just jumping around. I know I can't go in because I'm high, and like I can't punish certain things even more because of my reaction time. So and it's just like, oh my god, like but even then it's like close. So like, again, like sometimes like my fucking round ones and shit even would be the most intense shit of all fucking time, even if I was like cooking someone. Like, I would be like, also this is the SoCal, I'm pretty sure. Like, I would like go into like most rounds, especially at TGZ, where it was like I'm usually just tryharding my ass off, and like even if I'm like positive I'm gonna win, or like I'm very much favored to win, it would just be such an intense match to me. And like, I know a lot of the times other people are not feeling the intensity that I'm feeling, but I just didn't care because it was just fun as fuck. And like, you know, I'm not even like I'm not even being loud or like doing anything crazy. I'm literally just like frozen in my own mind, even though a ton is going on in my mind. I'm like frozen, and then like I think clearly like by my facial expressions, probably sometimes people would tell that I'd be like tripping balls. You know, like I would be very surprised if a lot of people just weren't like looking at me and being like, oh, like I can kind of see the wavelength that he's kind of on right now. I would imagine I wasn't like I didn't really like like it was very obvious in that way, right? Because it felt like that, you know. He shielded all of that. Good shit. But again, like I have so many crazy stories of like things would happen. It's even in like, you know, during these times, it's like, dude, I'm going like 1-2, 2-2 sometimes, and like I would just be sad that I'm out and I couldn't play more because I was having so much fun, you know. Like I didn't really like it wouldn't make me angry ever. I was just like, dude, why would I want anything else? Like this is like the best fucking like most crazy fucking thing of all time, and it's just so much fun. But then like sometimes I feel like people would not get, like they thought I would be trying to like disrespect them in certain ways, and I would just be like lit as fuck, and it would have absolutely nothing to do with them. For example, like, dude, I was playing like Zekrom, the Sonic player, like round 1 or 2 or some shit at a TGZ one time, and sometimes when, you know, when I'm playing in bracket, like I don't really do a good job at like putting on music before the countdown of game. So sometimes I'm like, I like one of us just hit start, and like I don't even have spotlight yet, but like, you know, we gotta hurry that shit up, you know. So I just rush, and I'm like looking through my like recent likes or something, and I'm about to play Zekrom, and like game's loading in, right? And then I see the song "Read Your Mind" by Sabrina Carpenter, and I was like, ooh yeah, like I'm gonna read her mind, like, you know, like good song, right? And then fucking, you know. To no surprise of anybody that is aware of the lyrics of that song, I fucking started laughing so hard very early into game 1. When I realized that Sabrina Carpenter, I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, the lyrics are, I can't read your mind. She's like, I can't read your mind. And I was like, oh, that defeats the purpose of me putting this song on. Because there's some points where I was being experimental with my music in bracket, where I was like, I'm just going to try like listening to different songs or different artists or whatever. So I'd be more open to like try things like that, and then it started playing, and I'm like, dude, we're camping each other, and it's game 1, and I'm laughing like so often throughout that game because I am so like floored that I just made this mistake of like putting on that song when I was trying to be cheeky and be like, oh, I'm gonna read your mind, and then actually like Sabrina Carpenter is in my ear talking about how like, you know, can't read your mind, and I'm like, fucking hell, dude, like. That was so funny to me. I think in that set, I won that game of game 1, and then I lost game 2, and then I won game 3. I think. I think that's what happened in that set. But again, I don't know if she actually thought I was like laughing at her, or if that like, but she definitely didn't know that like that was the reason that I was like so geeked by that whole game. Like it was just that funny, dude. Like I really was just like, I thought I was so funny and clever by putting that song on. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read your mind. And a lot of things like that would happen, where something would happen that in my head, in bracket, or like based on the song that I was listening to, was just so funny to me, or like you know, I would get a kill on like a beat drop or something, you know, and then I'd taunt or something. Like a lot of shit would happen where it's just like, dude, I know there's no possible way the other person is understanding why I'm doing this, but like I just do not give a fuck. Like, you know, like why would I care? You know, because again, like it's just like I'm fucking taunting and like laughing. Like, don't trip, right? Like at the end of the day, if that's it, you know. But yeah, as I said, like. And then like, dude, I'd listen to like Houdini, right? And then like in bracket, especially later, and then like the bridge of that song is like, and then like I'm like, dude, I cried in bracket like many times because I was so like I was having so much fun. I'm like out here round 1 of TGZ fucking crying, shitting on someone with Bayo because I was just like, dude, this is fucking insane, dude. You like, you know, because again, there's like lights everywhere from screens and like strobe light, like not strobe, but you know what I mean. Like there's some lights everywhere, and I got music in my brain, and I'm like, it was just so crazy, and like I was like, and then I'd come out of it and I'd be like, whew. It was like exhausted. Every set was like, oh shit, you know, even sets where I was like shitting on someone. I was like, whoa, that was a lot. That was a lot of work there. Like, especially when you factor in that I don't typically play characters that are, you know, easy to play, like Peach and Dale. So the stuff that I'm doing is not necessarily just like, oh, just fucking autopilot and have fun. Like it does not work like that. I promise. Like you can't just do what I'm doing. And, you know, it's not like I'm playing like Rob or Game & Watch, and then it's like, oh, like I have much more leniency on, you know, room for error, etc. Right? And that would happen in, there's like, again, a lot of mini stories. I think it'd be a better idea to write down like lists of those mini stories and then tell them all like on a second, like a continuation of this, like on another stream. Because shit like that happened all the time, like that Red Mom story, where I would just be like, oh my god, this is so funny, and the other person doesn't even like know, and that's like okay, but like, dude, he fell out. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try hard for that. Like, I'm gonna try to win this. I didn't mean to do that, but he didn't punish. I'm kind of surprised he didn't punish. Oh, he got me. But yeah, and because that was no, like the thing about that is just like I really did feel like oh my god, I asked Tilde one time too. I like DM'd Tilde on Twitter. And I was like, dude, like, what are your thoughts on just playing high in bracket and stuff? Because, like, I was really, like, thinking a lot about how I felt like certain parts of my gameplay would be improved, and I just wanted to know what he had to say from someone that does that too, you know, and that's, like, a top player, you know? And he's kind of like, you know, he's like, I'd be faded as fuck at, like, regionals or locals or whatever, you know, playing people, and it really helps your creativity and, like, stuff like that, right? But he's like, but until they said to me, he's like, you can't keep, he's like, I can't keep up with people like Gluto or MKLeo when I'm high. Like, you just can't, you know, like, your brain doesn't, you know, but like, and again, for me, I'm still like, not even at that level, and I'm still trying to incorporate what he's saying into like my level of play or whatever, but I got it. I was like, yeah, no, like, if that's the caliber of like professional like play you're dealing with, then like, yeah, like, you probably wouldn't be able to like, you need the reaction time as well, even though your mind might be a little better, you know? And I thought that was interesting because I was like, yeah, like that's kind of already what I thought, but I thought it was interesting how like he would go into like certain like sizes of tournaments, and I wouldn't do that. I'd go into essentially every tournament that I could like get high at, getting high if the opportunity was there, you know, and again, mostly because like I'm just having fun and like I'm not a top player, so my results weren't like as like I need to get good results, but like even though I still wanted them and like I felt like it would help me play better like most of the time, but then sometimes, for example, I play versus like Ness, like I play versus Dr. Iggy, dude, and I'm like, I'm very clearly like, especially like the second or third time I played him, because I kept losing to him, I was very like obviously like, dude, like the drugs are like so hurting my ability to win this matchup right now. Like Ness is not even that like hard of a matchup for me, but like the fact that I had no or like significantly weaker reaction time was very detrimental to being able to win that matchup. And I was like, well, like a lot of times I would kind of get floored, and like because I would just get overwhelmed by buttons and my brain was not moving fast enough to be able to deal with that. And I was kind of like, yeah, like this is kind of just like, and again, that's why sometimes when I would play him, like I wouldn't really typically beat him, but like sometimes I would like feel how high I was like in game one, and I'd be like, oh, wait, we got a lot of work if I'm gonna win this. Like it didn't feel like it was likely because of the reaction time that I had self-imposed on myself, you know. Oh well. Because again, there are certain people and certain characters and certain playstyles that playing high absolutely just like helped a ton. Because it also made me not run in as much with certain characters, where I'd be very more open to just play, just jump around and not press buttons. And then for some people, like, it kind of didn't help, and it definitely just hurt instead. So now that I feel like I have actually thought about that more, I could probably use it to my more advantage, like much better nowadays if I wanted to, but, you know, that's not gonna happen. And I would probably just not give a fuck about results even, like, I'd probably give even less of a fuck about results to where, like, I just get high anyway, even if I, you know, like, who gives a shit if I'm playing worse, you know? Like, let me kill it here. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that up air. Oh, I'm bad. I might have been able to shield that, but I wasn't. I was trying to reverse with the up tilt. I was greedy. Greedy brain. Like, dude, imagine, like, okay, if the VOD gets muted, I'm gonna be so mad. But I'm gonna play this out of my, fucking iPhone speaker. Where is it? It's everywhere, dude. I have this song in, like, every playlist. If it's not in Goated 2, I'm gonna be shocked. It is. Mr. And like I'm like this is me. I'm like playing Bayo, like jumping around, and I'm like and I'm like trying to win, and I'm like high as fuck, and I'm just like and then she comes in, she's like I come and I go, and I'm like, oh my god, like I really I'm trying to win so bad, I really want to win, like I want to yeah, it was crazy. It's fucking insane, dude. And again, like songs like that where it's like kind of like psychedelic like feels, but like also like dance pop. Those are the craziest songs. And also Eminem, like blah, 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 in my ear while I'm like playing Peach and shit. Like, fucking insane, dude. In bracket, like I'm on my gourd, dude, doing that shit in bracket, like thinking that consistently thinking that like yeah, like this is like the move, like this is the thing that's gonna like help me like win more bracket matches. Even though I feel like it did sometimes, but I just kind of like, this is another thing, is that I kind of just would get high in winners and then I would like lose my winners match, and then a lot of times I'd be like, I'm not high enough, and then I'd be too high in losers, or sometimes I'd just smoke more anyway for losers, and then that would help, or usually would hurt in that case, because I would hate losing in winners and be like, dude, I'm not high, because at one point I was like very convinced, was this Chell Law? I was very convinced that like, since I was constantly playing this game high, that I was just even worse when I was sober. And I do still think that's true. I think because I would only play this game high for the most part, that when I was sober, I didn't really know how to play the game, like, comparatively to something. But, you know, my results started dipping because of all of this, and, like, that was much easier to see in the long term, where it was like, oh wow, like, sometimes I'd be going 1-2 at TGZ now, you know, in, like, situations where I feel like I definitely shouldn't. And like not like jawning as fuck, but like dude, like I'm definitely just fucking high, and like that's kind of fucking with my ability to deal with certain people that maybe I would have just shit on if I was just sober, you know. Oh, also doubles was funny sometimes when I played doubles high, cause like I'd be ridiculous, and then like if I was playing like Devin, sometimes I'd like make Devin listen to the same song that I'm listening to, like I'd give him one earbud. And then like I'm obviously like always picking the song in doubles, usually based on like what's going on. So like when I would team with Jay, I'd play like either Fastlane or Welcome to Hell, because like our team name was Bad Meets Evil. First of all, I am bad and Jay is evil, but Eminem is evil and Royce is bad, but I'm the white dude, and so I'm supposed to be Eminem, but we or whatever, but like, you know, Bad Meets Evil, whatever. It's a funny little name. And like then I'm like listening to that song with doubles with Jay and like high as hell. I can't believe like the song was real, and I'm still like, I've always been like this, but like even more so when I realized how much fun I would have like experimenting with different songs in bracket. It made me be more like not more creative in what I would listen to, but I would be like, oh boy, let's try this shit. This is gonna be lit. Like, and it would be usually, unless like something that Sabrina Carpenter fucking story where I was like, ah, geez, I didn't mean for this to happen. I wanted to read your mind, but I didn't think I couldn't read your mind. And I think I will tell more stories about this phenomenon. I'll have to write a bunch down though, because like that Sabrina Carpenter story, they're all very short and just like happened over the course of just like one set, sometimes even like one game, and I wouldn't like why would I, you know? But I think I'll just like list them all and then come back and eventually just tell all those stories, because being high in brackets is very interesting. I knew he'd. Okay, I thought I could whip punish with up smash for some reason, but I'm like, he's gonna fucking, he's gonna fucking dash attack here, and I didn't. That was his last stock. Oh, well, I guess he's both of our last stock. Dude. I don't think I'm not at like, okay, now I might be at danger of dying. Now it's scary. I didn't want to get to this point where it's like, shit, I can just die. Do I even... Ooh. Okay. I feel like grouting there is better than witch twisting because like you're not even gonna really combo off the witch twist probably, so... Yeah. What time is it? 1:22? Well, I have a couple minutes left, but that's kind of all I wanted to say about that. Very mentally overstimulating and like very like fun. And that's kind of it. That's about it. It was just like, for someone that, and it's okay, like this is kind of like the last thing I want to say about this, is that I love Smash so much, especially at this point in time, like and like the past couple years and now, where it's like, even though I would like lose after feeling this level of like I want to win, I would just be happy to fucking play and be like, oh my god, that was fun. Like, I wish I won, but like, it feels like greedy to want more when you're having that much fun. To where I was just like, oh wow, like that was insane. And that's why I kept pulling up, dude. Well, that's a lot. There's a lot of reasons why I kept pulling up. I was just like, dude, we gotta go back so I can fucking sweat balls again. I gotta be fucking, you know. Let me make sure, because I don't know if I know I started the recording a little bit, so I might play like 1 or 2 more games. Yeah, I'll just play like 1 or 2 more. And if I have anything else to say about that, maybe I will, but it's kind of about it. Y'all have no clue how geeked I was. Y'all have no clue. Well, some people definitely have clue. Some people were on similar wavelengths. Oh my god, I'm gonna tell this story too. Yeah. Okay, so one time, I'm not gonna talk about how I had these or why this was the situation. I'm gonna give very little details right now. Well... Yeah, we're gonna talk about this now, and maybe I'll tell the story again with more details another time. One time, I had edibles from... that's a friend gave to me that he got from a source. And, me and him, and also me and Devin, kind of didn't think these edibles were shit. We would like and because like the thing is, they were like from Cali. It seemed like, and like they were like, oh yeah, like 300 milligrams in a packet, and there'd be like 5 rings, right? So like the assumption to me would be that there's like fucking, you know, on some of like it was kind of like that for all of the packets, where it's like, okay, it's like 75 milligrams per peach ring or something, right? Like crazy amounts, right? But we would kept taking them, and sometimes we'd feel nothing, sometimes we'd feel a little bit. It was like weird, and it wasn't like. It was like, we should be able to at least tell if we're like taking this level of like high-ass milligram count of edibles, right? So we just kind of assumed they were like nothing burgers, and like, yeah. But like the conclusion that we had was that like there's probably some THC and some weed in them, but like it's just not like, you know, like it wasn't like that, all that for whatever reason. So then I brought some of the remaining ones I had in one of the packets to a TGZ, and I said, I asked Skylar, I was like, Skylar, there is going to be between like 0 and like 300 milligrams into what we're going to eat in these edibles. And it could be anywhere in between like 0 and 300. And like, I need you to be prepared for like, if it is the, and Skylar, she's like, fuck it. Like, she's just like, sure. She's just like, do it. But I was like, Skylar, like, these might actually just be edibles with absolutely no weed in them, or they might just send us out of the fucking galaxy, right? And I think my initial assumption was right, but like, because again, like, I was playing in winners, and we both took like these edibles, and like, I lost some winners, and I was like, dude, I should be feeling it right now, or I thought I did, and then I started hitting my pen. And then at that tournament, when we did that, I was high as fuck in losers after hitting my pen. But that's kind of how it works. Like, when you take something and then you hit your pen, like, the pen will kind of activate even more like what you did before. So, again, like, I don't think there was none. it wasn't that there was anything in those edibles, it's just that there wasn't that much, but then when I took the hits of the pen, it kind of made the edibles activate more, and I had the pen hit or whatever. So it was very like, that loser's run was a very like, oh shit, like we're we're out of our minds here, and because I think Skylar did something similar, where it was like, oh, like this isn't like all that, even though like we were worried it might be. But that was funny because like I was just like I've never done anything to that level, but I wasn't even sure if it would happen because of the circumstances behind them, and yeah, luckily they weren't like 300 or 150. Yeah, no, that was the thing. I think the ones I took with Skylar, it was like between 0 and 150. Because some of them, it was up to potential like 75, and some of them were like 300, but I think the ones we were taking, it was like, oh, like, they're supposed to be 150, and it's like in a whole ring or something. But again, that was like, no, that was not a 150. Although, later it felt close to it, considering the pen was involved, I guess. That was funny. Period. I knew I'd hit it too. I knew the timing was gonna be fine. I somehow knew I'd time that really well. Yeah, I was good at this, and I don't really want to play another one because like I stepped on that Bowser, and like I probably should. Yeah, no, we're gonna like end there.